Yo, we did it. We fucking did it. Well, I didn't do any. You guys did it. I didn't do it. You guys really did it. Yesterday we So I noticed that we didn't have a logo. Actually, Melissa noticed that we didn't have a logo for the live stream. She's big on branding, as you can tell. So what we did was we asked everybody at home to choose what they felt would be a better logo for the chat. And here, as you can see, we've done it. We've got our William versus the World chat image. Let me know how the microphone is today. I think we did it well, better. And let's face it, more is more. You know when people say, more is less and stupid shit like that? No. More is never less. That would be a math problem. More is more and better is better. And you guys have chosen the new William versus the World image to represent the chat. Hey, I noticed, though, I did notice this chat was small. Maybe I should get Melissa for this, because she would know what to do. I could always use my phone to read the chat also. I'm not opposed to that. I mean, what's the point? I mean, can you guys see the chat on the screen? I mean, that's really the thing. And, yeah, I think the reason why we really put up that chat box is because of the annoying advertisements from the websites that I have on the larger screen, on the full screen. But there's a reason why I have all of these websites on the screen. After all, this is me presenting the music industry news. I had somebody message the page yesterday and said, is it going to be a show about the news, the music news? They said the actual news, or is it going to be William's opinion? Everything that is on the Sepsis Network is my opinion. What are you talking about? Me and Melissa founded the band in 2010. Any output on the page, any image on the page, any sound you hear, any reels, poetry, wardrobes, photography, me and Melissa talk about it before it goes on the page as content. So that's how it works. Me and Melissa started the band, and we usually brainstorm with the team, and we come up with what the output of the page is going to be for the season. And that season is usually based on comments, feedback, and what our actual authentic fans have been talking about with us. Melissa, I do have a question for you here. I can't see the chat, which is fine. But I suppose I could read the chat in stream, right?
You can't see the chat?
Actually, hold on a second. I just want to see. It doesn't matter if I can see it. What I want to know is, can people see it? Is it worth having up? Let me know if the chat is worth having up. I can't really read it, but that could be because I'm old and I can't see anything. I got Metaverse Melissa in here hooking it up. You do that. I'm going to use the bathroom. Oh, you're doing it. You got it. I'm still using the bathroom. That's really a lot better. That's incredible. Thank you. I appreciate that. All right, let's hop right into this, though. That is awesome. Look at that. And that's why she is in charge of all the production of our live streams. All right, without further ado. What is this? I didn't even see this. I'm not sure how these articles were arranged today. A federal cyber flashing bill introduced with Bumble endorsement. The Consent Act would penalize people who send unsolicited, non consensual nude images. You guys are probably wondering why I'm covering something like that. I know that feels like a honeycomb hideout topic, but really, it really comes down to apps, the internet, and technology. And sometimes I will cover articles and blogs like this because I think that at further examination, it tends to correlate. It tends to be cohesive to some of the other topics that we have later on in the program. So that's why I do it. And plus, it's interesting. Why not? Let's check it out. A lot going on. Dating app Bumble has endorsed the Consent Act, a federal cyber flashing bill in the U.S. Do you guys cyber flash people? This is what it is, I guess. I guess it's a form of like soliciting your body parts. Cyber flashing is sending nude images without consent. Hey, did you know that cyber flashing is not like a good thing? You're not supposed to cyber flash people. To this day, I'm in my 40s. I've never sent anybody a picture of my junk unsolicited. I can't even remember the time I've done that ever. But everyone's got different hobbies. I can't say that I've ever cyber flashed anybody. Has anybody, cyber flashed anybody? I know a lot of guys like to send pictures of their stuff to people. It's always made me nervous. In 2021, a survey of nearly 1,800 respondents in England and Wales, 48% of adults 18 to 24 said they have received a sexual photo they didn't ask for. Put a 1 in the chat if you've received a sexual photo of somebody that you didn't want to see. I've never seen anything like that, but I'm boring. Nobody sends me naked shit. Put a 1 in the chat if you've seen somebody naked in your inbox. I can't say I have. I really can't. My life is that boring. You let me know. You guys let me know, on average, how many people are sending you pictures of their butts or breasts or pictures of their junk. I haven't gotten any of these. I'm not looking forward to it. I'm just telling you I haven't. Don't feel bad for me, please.
Alright, the chat isn't working.
The chat's not working? Should we start it all up again? Is it broken? Hold on, let me get it. Want me to get out of the way? Let me get out of the way. I'm gonna let. Yeah, I feel like.
This will take me 2 seconds.
All right. What's wrong with it?
Hi guys. So I might have put the wrong chat up there.
Oh, okay.
So give me 1
I
second.
can't tell what's going on.
Yeah, they're talking on Facebook.
Oh, okay. All right. I couldn't tell.
1 second, guys. Hi, by the way.
Hey, bonus if they get to see you in your pajamas.
Yeah, I'm not in my pajamas or anything. You know. Alright, we're gonna try this. Up there's the chat. That's what we wanted.
Damn, it's quiet in here.
Alright, we're gonna put that right there. And then do this.
What about the intro music? Did that happen?
I hope so.
We're gonna have to try everything now.
Oh, okay, that does go up. Alright, then we're going to shrink the top.
It's a work in progress, everybody. We're gonna get it.
Hi, Chad. What up, Hans? I know you guys are totally seeing me in my morning get up. I'm sorry. Alright, here we go. Hey, enjoy.
You're a shining bright light in the morning. Come on, you know that. Listen to that wind out there.
Alright, your chat should be working. Looks good.
Does it look better? Is it a little better? I think Melissa's big concern was all the ads from the websites were so ugly. But I was trying to explain to everybody, we have to have these websites up in the background.
I understand why you did it, but
The reason why the websites are in the background is because there's far too many people that visit our page and think we're making shit up about the music industry. That's why I have this here, because we make reels and we make content about the music industry and people think we're making it up, Melissa.
right.
And that's why instead of debating with the page or arguing or being upset with the band for presenting the information and output, they can go argue with the blogs or fucking Congress or something. I'll say something like Congress is passing a bill on streaming, and somebody will comment, this guy doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about. So now I have the news articles and I have 24-hour up-to-date music industry news articles that are on the screen that I'm reading from. Somebody commented yesterday and said, is this going to be a live stream about the news or my opinion? And most of the time that I give my opinion, I warn everybody, hello, this is my opinion. Most of the time that I'm reporting on news, I warn everybody that it's the news. I can tell that most people don't listen to our music or our podcast, because if they listen to the fucking podcast, they would know for sure that we were a band. Jack, what up? Brandon, how's it going? I like that chat a little bit better. Okay. I could do this now. Now you got me hooked up. Really? You forgot all of this? Oh my goodness. See what I'm saying, you guys? Yo, the wind out here is crazy in New England right now. Brandon, Angel, Chad, Hans, what up? Hey, can you guys hear this real quick? Let me know if this is too loud. Was that too loud? Let me know how that was. That's my sound that I make before I read the articles. Did y'all like that? Let me know if it was too loud. That was perfect? Good. Thank you. All right. I've been stammering and going on about this. I want to continue on with the story. So, the Consent Act, curbing online non-consensual, sexually explicit nudity transfers. You hear that, everybody? No more dick pics. If passed, this would provide legal recourse against individuals who knowingly cyber-flashed, whether they used photos altered digitally, like with AI, or not. According to an email Bumble sent to our friends at Mashable, Further, the bill would provide compensatory damages and safeguards for the privacy of minors by allowing a legal guardian to bring about civil action on their behalf and allowing them to be referred to by their initials. That's probably to protect the juveniles, right? The Consent Act is a bipartisan. I think that's good that people agree on that. It's introduced by Representatives Jennifer What's-Her-Face and Nathan, who really cares, Senators Brian, we'll talk about it later, and Steve, he's late for dinner, Daines. For years, Bumble has campaigned for cyber flashing to be illegal in the United States and the United Kingdom. In April of 2023, for example, Bumble said the proposed UK online safety bill wasn't enough to stop cyber flashing, and it's based on whether the sender had harmful intent. The bill later passed, and the Online Safety Act went into effect at the end of January. Still, with that need to prove harmful intent. This month, 39-year-old Nicholas Hawks became the first person convicted of cyber flashing. Imagine that! Imagine you're the first fucking dude that's busted globally and made an example of for sending dick pics and cyber flashing people. Here's something I'm going to help you guys out with, and you may not know this, but I'm going to tell you now, because a lot of you guys like goofing off on the internet. I'm going to tell you now. Cyberbullying. You hear all this like cyberbullying and cyber stalking and all this shit. If you're an adult, listen to me. It's in your best interest. A lot of you guys talk with bands and content creators, and a lot of you guys watch the public figures and the celebrities, and you feel so close to them because you can watch Corey Taylor or Taylor Swift or Jared Dines in a 20-second reel, or you see Nick Nocturnal do a 30-second ad, and some of you guys at home on the internet feel like you know the content streamers. You feel like you know the rock stars and the podcasters because you see us here every day. And because you see us here every day, it feels like you know us personally. But I'm here to tell you and remind you that everything that you see from publishers, entertainers, porn stars, creators, and influencers on the internet, most of what you see, we're the ones recording it and filming it and uploading it. What does that mean? It means that the highest percentage of the content that you see and that you experience from video game creators and content creators and TikTok influencers and sepsis bands and celebrities, public figures and DJs, streamers, the most of their content, the majority of your experience with these people has been created by them and facilitated and initiated by the creator. So it's not really a natural experience as it might feel at times. So sometimes people spend so much time on the internet, you might wind up seeing 100 videos of your favorite porn star or creator or rapper. And over time, you've seen so much of this person so often, you think you might know who they are. You see what I'm saying? You see Nick Nocturnal or Tank the Tech. You see him in a 20-second video 5 to 10 times a day for half a year, you might feel like you know this person personally. And really all that means is if you look at Damian Keyes and you start to feel like you know him personally, it just means he's really doing his job well. You know, don't punish him for that. I mean, influencers, even TikTok, Instagram entertainers, they're experts at this shit, you know? So they do a really good job. You see those people on stage performing, no matter what your tastes are or vary. When you see people up there, a lot of times these people are in the pursuit of being experts or professionals. You see what I'm saying? So the most of what you see of these professionals is their professional output. And they do a good job at it. So consumers and people at home spending time on the internet, sometimes you guys feel like you know us personally. But I'm here to tell you and remind you, it only feels that way because we're doing a good job. Once we turn the camera off, you don't know who we are. All right? You see what I'm saying? So somebody like Taylor Swift or Corey Taylor, who's wildly popular, and you're always hearing their sound bites, and you're always seeing their reels, and you're seeing their blogs. You're seeing Britney Spears in every TMZ. You're seeing Corey Taylor all over Metal Sucks. And over time, you feel like you know this person personally. You feel like you could fill in the gaps between their personal lives and the stuff that you see online. And I promise you, when Corey Taylor steps off of stage and he chooses to turn the cameras off, you don't know what he's doing. You don't know what his favorite positions are. You don't know how many sugars he puts in his coffee. You don't really know anything about Melissa except for what she broadcasts to you. You don't know anything about Lou Brutus except for what he chooses to post on his page. So I just wanted to point that out to you guys, because before we move forward on this whole cyber thing, this is a problem, and this is why I brought it up, because consumers on the internet sometimes get caught up in drinking their own bathwater. And let me be clear. Cyberbullying is for children. Do you feel what I'm saying? This is what I'm saying. You might be spending a lot of time online and think you're just sending dick pics or whatever. But here we're learning that there are laws being passed to make that a crime. You feel what I'm saying? You guys use all this technology and you use these dating apps. I've never used a dating app. I've never dated online. I wouldn't even know the difference. But I'm just reporting to you now, transparently, with no opinion. I'm sharing with you the popular dating apps and the way that we have used these apps and these languages in the past is changing, and I'm reporting that to you now. A lot of adults are misunderstood, and they use words like dick pic, or they use word like cyberbully. But when you're a child, that's how the law defines harassment. But when you're an adult, it's not cyberbullying anymore. It's harassment. So I think adults, especially here on Facebook, have a real misunderstanding of this. And I'm telling you to your face. This goes for all the fans out there, and this goes for all the overexcited, amplified personalities on social media that think it's a good idea to cyber stalk and cyber bully artists and bands and women and children across the internet. This is why I'm showing this to you. if you're a child and you're picking on your buddies online, okay, yeah, that's cyberbullying. You know, there's a hotline for that. Parents get involved and stuff like that. But I don't think people, I think obsessed people that are adults online don't seem to understand. When you are over 18 and you are cyberbullying, you know, your favorite band, that's harassment. That is now upgraded to an adult criminal category. So that's why I'm showing this to you, because you guys are all using the internet. You guys are all using apps, and you don't know anything about the goddamn law or the language or the technology behind the stuff. And here it is. I'm showing it to you now. This is what they plan on doing. This is what's important to people in the world. The bill later passed and the Online Safety Act went into effect at the end of January, still with that need to prove harmful intent. That means somebody sends somebody a picture, and the bill is effective and supported based on harmful intent. This month, 39-year-old Nicholas Hawks became the first person convicted of cyber flashing. Imagine being the first adult that was convicted of a childlike act like cyberbullying or sending your private parts to girls or boys or whoever. Man, just imagine that. Imagine being the first person. Bumble has supported laws to curb online sexual harassment in Texas, Virginia, California that have since passed. According to its announcement about the Consent Act, Bumble has also helped introduce bills in Maryland, Michigan, New York, Wisconsin. Hey, we're going to Wisconsin at Rockfest. And Washington, D.C. In the EU, Bumble has supported amendments to ban cyber flashing. Wow. The app has features to discourage cyber flashing. In 2019, Bumble introduced Private Detector, which alerts users when somebody sends an unsolicited nude photo. In 2022, Bumble made Private Detector open source. In 2018, a survey commissioned by Bumble, 96% of women were unhappy to receive unsolicited nude images. In the 6 years since, it's unlikely that has changed. Guys, let's go over. Guys, please, listen to me. The survey commissioned by Bumble surveyed 96% of the women there, and they said that they were unhappy to receive unsolicited nude images. In 6 years, none of that has changed. Women still are unhappy to get unsolicited pictures of your junk. When are we going to get on this? When are we going to... Man. I'm just asking, when are we going to be done with this? Gentlemen, when are we going to be done just randomly sending girls pictures of our body parts? There's got to be another way. Or isn't there? Let me read some comments. Sounds good. Thank you. The younger generation is dealing with a lot of bullies. No, those are criminals. It's not. That's the whole point. I was trying to show you. When you're a child, it's bullying. When you are an adult, it's criminal harassment, bro. It's a difference. Trust me. Trust me. I call them screen warriors, Brandon says. Screen warriors? Nah, these guys are committing real crimes. They're not. I mean, somebody jumping online and social media in the comment section and being fresh, that's a screen warrior. Somebody who's lowering the quality of your life, somebody who's threatening your safety, somebody who is potentially affecting your money or your health or your safety, that's not cyberbullying. That's not screen warrior stuff. That is, we're going to go to war. That's playing around too much. See, conversations are the things that we have, you guys, before we go to war. That's what conversations are. Hell yeah. My joint went out. You guys got a joint going on? Oh, yeah. UMG and Roland release Principles for Music Creation with AI Statements. I got to go get an AI pillow for my AI ass because this AI chair is too AI hard. I'll be back. It's like the hardest chair in the world. Golly. There we go. I got a soft pillow now. All right. Let's jump in. Universal Music Group and Roland Corporation have announced a strategic relationship for clarifying the direction and intention of AI use in music. What do y'all think about that? Both companies have published principles for music creation with AI at A4Music Info. We'll have to look that up after. See, you guys, this would be the time when William would highlight that and I would bookmark that and I would go research more on this company. That's the kind of process that I would take to develop fact-finding conclusions. All right? Those of you that, this is a side note, those of you that don't like my opinion, there's a lot of people who've come here and been so anxious about what my opinion is. I created this fucking webpage, so I'll do whatever I want. And if you don't like my opinion, go fuck yourself. Don't come to my page anymore. I don't know if you guys think that there's anybody else in charge, but there isn't. I hate to break your heart. I can do whatever I want on this page. And that may bother some of you, but there's not a damn thing you can do about it. Because I created it. Silly. UMG and Roland say they will advocate for these principles to be adopted across the music industry and creative communities. This is awesome. So what are the core principles for music creation with AI? Are you guys ready for this shit? Look at this. They came up with stuff. Haven't you guys wanted to know this the whole time? Like, how do we feel about AI? And if we were going to have some governing language around it, like, what's it going to be? What are the ethics? Let me ask you guys. If you guys were in charge, what are some rules? What are some governing laws and languages that you would implement if you had the power to write laws today on AI? What would it be? Hans, I give these people like 2 comments and I delete them. I'm not the type of people, I'm not the type of person, I wasn't growing up and raised by the type of people where I pay for friendship or beg for friendship, or people please, for people to like our music. Me and Melissa are not the type of people that are on the internet or that make music that have some underlying goal where we hope to convert fans of other people's bands into fans of our band. Myself and Melissa are also, we are not the kind of people that are going to behave in a way that satisfies or pleases people, the music industry, or anyone else in an attempt to convert internet fans and fans of themselves into fans of Sepsis. Go fuck yourself. Anybody who doesn't like us or our opinion can get the fuck out of here. I don't give a fuck. I'm in my 40s. I'm not here to make friends. Never. We're here to talk about what we want to talk about. And there are other bands all over the internet. There are other creators that will probably line up better with what they're looking for. They don't have to be here. And I'm always reminding people that if you don't like the music, if you don't like what I have to say, eat a dick. If you want to have a podcast or you want to have a live stream, stop being lazy and you go do the research, you go look up all the articles, you get into the music industry, and then you teach everybody about it. If you don't want to learn the music industry from me, go learn it from Damian Keys. If you don't want to learn it from me, go learn it from Tank the Tech or Nick the Nocturnal or any of the other hundreds of thousands of super talented conversationalists. Everyone's doing it. Go fuck yourself. Yeah, that's right. If you don't like me or my personality, disappear. Me and Melissa are not the type of people that hold people hostage to the band. We're not like one of those bands that are hoping people stay fans of us. Either you actually are or you're not. It's very simple with us. And that's because me and Melissa are not in a pursuit for everyone to like us. We're in a pursuit to have the people that authentically like us, sure. But we are not in a pursuit to perform or behave fake in order to people please human beings that otherwise wouldn't listen to our music or agree with us anyways. So that's that. There are so many other bands that do really cool stuff that we don't do. You should support those bands. There's other bands that make really cool music. They are less metal. They are more metal. They are everything we are not, and they are not everything we are. There are tons of podcasters and creators that host, represent, and reinforce a variety of opinions that would probably fit better with the way that some of these people have expressed here on the page. What I think there is I think there is a lack of these conversations going on presented by the bands in the pages that you do like. You know what I mean? So it's like, if I present this information and it comes from me, people go, oh, I don't like that guy. I don't like the way he looks, or I don't like the way. And people start trying to customize the world around them. But the one thing I'm always reminding people on this page is to get the fuck off it. If you don't, there's something you don't like. If there's something that you truly makes your skin crawl, then don't come back. That's the only recommendation I can have. Don't return. And I think that screws people up, because there are pages and there are bands and there are people that are just constantly competing for everyone's attention and approval. This is not that page. This isn't it. You got the wrong fucking guy. And that's because I don't give a fuck about the music industry, and I'm the leader of the band, and that depresses people. So what? You got to get over it. You got to get over it. Melissa hired me to be the creative coordinator of the band 14 years ago, and that has never changed. No one has ever. But believe me, if there was somebody that was more qualified, I'd hire them personally. Gio says, as a part of a targeted industry, voice work, and boy, does this man have a voice, my first rule would be to disallow AI from ever sounding truly human. I would require an identifier. You know, hey, man, and I think that is absolutely... I think that that's imperative to upholding the integral value of human generated music. Gio, I love your brain, bro. And I'd like to hear more of your ideas on this in the future. I think that is absolutely spot on. I really do. Gio says, here's the thing. The industry saying, here's what we'd like to do with AI, doesn't mean anything until I see them say, here's what we are doing with AI. So for all I see is word soup and rainbow talk coming from someone looking for brownie points. That's fucking great, Gio. That's great, man. You're a smart and funny dude, man. I feel that. I feel that. This is definitely entertainment. And that's why we're doing it. I think the other thing that people don't know, Gio, is everything, we're constantly misunderstood here. And I'll say to people out loud, you know, when you guys watch our programs, remember that we're just entertaining you, right? So if you get too wound up, or if you get overly emotional, or you imagine that I care too much, you're probably responding more to the content and the performance than you are my actual personality. So I appreciate you guys for giving me a chance to be me. But I understand what you're saying, and yes, in the same respect, it's just entertainment. It's just word salad. I don't know if anybody caught what I was trying to say there. But quite literally, me and Melissa come on and entertain people, and then people get caught up in it, you know? But, you know, referring to what Gio was talking about in terms of these guys having conversations about what they plan to do with artificial intelligence in comparison to what they wind up doing. I mean, let's talk about it in terms of what we all said we were going to do on the internet when the internet first came out. Do you remember that? Come on, man. Let's not all forget now. Remember when the internet first came out, we were all going to go to the... Remember we were going to go to the library, and we were going to read Stoic books and go hacky sacking together. We want to make hacky sack groups and GIMP bracelets, and we were all going to make friends with people in Taiwan and shit like that. And what did we wind up doing with the internet in the long run? Remember? We were all going to start businesses and churches and shit. Oh, man. That sounds like a conversation with everybody that's going to get out of prison in the next 6 months. I'm going to get 2 wives, and I'm going to open the LLC barber shop. Huh? I'm going to be clean and sober. And you see the same guy on the street, and you be like, geez, man, what happened to you? What happened to that? The plans of the bar? What happened to the barber shop and the landscaping company and the All this cool stuff you were going to do on the internet. You were going to open up an e-commerce. Think of all the people in your life that were going to have a business degree and they went to community college and culinary school. And where the fuck are all those people? Remember all your friends in high school that they were getting their business degrees? Remember that? What the fuck are they doing now? I don't mean to be a dick. I can remember everybody I went to high school with. I can remember everybody. I'm sorry. But looking back, I remember everybody what they were going to do on the internet. What they were going to do when they got older and all the plans. Think all your friends and all the people that are around you. It's sickening. All the people that promised and pretty promised and pinky sweared and pinky promised that they were going to do all of these things. They were going to become all. They were going to make the band and they were going to do the rap and they were going to have the landscaping company. It was all word salad, just like Gio said. So what are the core principles for music creation with AI? We believe music is central to humanity. Put a 1 in the chat if you believe that music is central to humanity. We believe humanity and music are inseparable. Put a 1 in the chat if you believe that humanity and music are inseparable. That is one of the most arrogant things I think I've ever heard. But I digress. Human beings are not responsible for music. I'm just going to throw that out there. And I'm also going to say the music business is man-made. Music is not man-made. Human beings are not God creatures that create shit. Music and vibration were here way before humanity. Please take your head out of your ass. We believe that technology has long supported human artistic expression and applied sustainably. AI will amplify human creativity. Right? Right, Gio? Will that happen? We believe that human created works must be respected and protected. Put a 1 in the chat if you're down with that shit. Put a 1 in your chat if you're down with the word salad. We believe that transparency is essential to responsible and trustworthy AI. You hear that? It's trustworthy. Put a 1 in the chat if you believe that there's going to be trustworthy AI. Just like let's talk about some other trustworthy institutions. The dollar bill. Huh? The trust. What about we have so much trust. We have the trust in the dollar bill. It's like the Chuck E. Cheese token. All right. What about the trust, huh? What about the trust in our education system? We're going to have a trustworthy education system for everyone. What other institutions are going to be trustworthy? How is the AI industry going to be trustworthy when the online industry isn't trustworthy? Surely you can't have artificial intelligence without being online. Shit, Bluetooth might as well be RedTooth. Come on, y'all. Let's not pretend that there's anything trustworthy been going on. When's the last time you seen some trustworthy shit? It's like releasing less trustworthy products developed by the most untrustworthy products and people, and crooked managers and growth hack supervisors. There's my opinion. And people that don't like my opinion should leave this page, because it's only going to get better. Better is better and more is more. People who aren't fans of me and Melissa should definitely get the fuck off this page forever. We believe the perspective of music artists, songwriters, and other creators must be sought after and respected, right? Because we respect all the musicians, right? Because we pay them. No, we don't. We don't pay the musicians. So how are we going to talk about respecting people? How are we going to respect and have any core principles with AI when we don't have core principles in the music industry? We don't have core principles on the internet. Most of the spaces we have on the internet have no core principles. Children use and play in the same spaces with adults. What core? What core group thinks that that's acceptable? For developing brains and bodies to be with fully developed, wow, let me just chill out right there. Some of us, a handful of us, are a work in progress. Both Roland and UMG hope these statements will spur the involvement of other music organizations and stakeholders in supporting the creation of an ethical framework for the use of AI in music creation. We don't pay the musicians. We don't want to pay fairly. How are we going to? Both companies have also committed to initiatives that establishing a joint research and development hub. You'll probably have to pay for it. A collaborative research project focused on confirming the origin and ownership of music and the integration of Roland products and services in select Universal-owned music production facilities around the world. We're never going to move on if I don't. What do you guys think? What's your initials? What do you think? Basically, they have let me get back to the screen. So, from what I understand is that there are a lot of companies and corporations that are like rallying together as allies, and they're uniting, joining forces, and trying to define and determine where their place is going to be in the future of how we communicate, how we govern, how we legislate, how we define the terms of what is ethical in terms of artificial intelligence and music creation. But I don't feel like we can even have a talk about what is ethical in the music industry until the musicians have the conversation about getting paid and treated fairly for their performances, recordings, and assets. That's all I had to say about that. That's it for me. Gio says, initiatives means we're thinking about it until someone says something else. That's what I'm saying, bro. Yo, Gio, you are fucking locked in with me on this, man. I'm like, that's why I'm looking at it like, what the hell? Like this, so what? You guys are sitting around a table having a conversation about what you think the world should be. That's what people complain about that we do here. You know, I'll say pay the musicians. And people go, this guy's a fucking villain. I'm a villain. Because I stand up for myself. Because my record label and distributors and publishers are all ripping people off. Do you know how many people have come to me that have been label mates of mine? Do you know how many people have come to me about the distributors? Do you know how many people come to me a day and tell me in private, in secret? Do you know how many people inbox me a day and go, Will, I agree with you 100%, and I'm afraid to tell my band. William, you're absolutely right. I'm depressed. I'm beaten. I don't know what to do in the music industry. I need help. I need education, but I'm not allowed to learn around my band. My band members will make fun of me if we try to advertise. I'll get kicked out of the group if I don't let them rob me. Just say it. Nah, yeah, everyone got a different story. You gotta do what you gotta do, player. I can't tell you what to do. You got your own band. Yep. U.S. Department of Justice officials meeting with senators ahead of TikTok vote. This might be moving faster than we think. What do y'all think about that? The Department of Justice is reportedly holding meetings with the U.S. senators to persuade a forced sale of the TikTok. And they're forcing the sale ahead of the landmark vote. A new report from Bloomberg revealed that officials from the Department of Justice will hold closed-door briefings in the Senate this week ahead of the landmark vote to force a sale of TikTok from its Chinese owners to allow the platform to continue operating in the U.S. Though the Senate's vote is less certain, the move follows Congress voting overwhelmingly in favor of legislation that would either ban TikTok in the United States or force a sale from its China-based parent company, ByteDance. What y'all think? Those in favor of divesting TikTok from ByteDance, led by Deputy Attorney General Lisa Monaco, are emphasizing the prospect of a forced sale rather than an outright ban in the U.S. So basically, instead of banning the product in the United States, they would force TikTok to sell its parental administrative forces over to a U.S.-controlled company. The closed-door briefings are, according to Bloomberg, specifically for senators who have not yet been persuaded of the DOJ's belief in a need for action to be taken against the platform. And if you guys don't know, basically they're saying it's a national threat. They're saying that TikTok is a national threat. And that's why they want to do this. We were talking on the Honeycomb Hideout. Some people have cited, I don't know how to say this right, Temu. I don't even like that word. I don't even want to ever say it again, in my opinion. I just would rather not even say that word anymore. I don't care for it. And I'm never going to buy none of their cheap shit either. Hans says, there is no music industry. If it was an industry, bands would get paid fairly. That's pretty clear. Well said, Hans. I think you're right about that. If there was an industry, Hans is right. If there was an industry, then there would be departments and moving parts, and they would work together, then as an industry, these moving parts and departments would all be smaller pieces that made up the greater whole that work together. Think about it like this. Like when you're walking down the street, right? Like your eye doesn't really talk to your ankle very much. But because you have this amazing thing called a body, your ankle is not the same thing as your eye, but they're both aware of each other at all times. That's the way the music industry should work. It really should. Like, clearly, you know, the right hand is not necessarily your eyeball, right? I mean, it's a body part, sure. It's part of the body, but they do different things. They look different. And they're in two different places in space, right? But at any given time, your eyeballs kind of know what your hands are doing. They're not the same body part. They're not even close. They're not really connected right next to each other. But somehow, the greater the each and every part of yourself makes up the greater whole of yourself. That is an example of where different departments all work together. It's an industry, not a monopoly. That's what Chad says. Right. It should be, when they talk about a body of work, right? Or a student body. They're talking about the whole of something. They're talking about many separate parts, like your cell systems. Anyhow. What the fuck? So I like this right here. I see all this crazy stuff about cover bands. What do you guys think about cover bands? Everybody gets mad about cover bands, but I'm like, in the time of AI, cover bands are kind of heroic. Everyone's talking about fucking stealing. That's the number one topic in the music industry, is stealing. People are mad at cover bands and tribute bands because they claim they're stealing. I'm not claiming that. I'm just saying that's what people do. That's what people have said in the past. I don't give a shit. Let me make it clear. I don't give a shit. Play whatever you want. And, if I had to think about the rules of engagement, I guess I could make some up as I go along here on the stream, but I think that would be subject to speculation, wouldn't it? I have no experience in cover songs or cover bands, and you know what? I'm not even good at playing other people's music. I'm fucking terrible at it. Would you know it? Yeah, so I certainly can't say that cover bands and tribute bands aren't talented. I think they're extremely talented. What's your opinion on cover bands? What's your opinion on tribute bands out there? And then we'll read the article, because I don't want you guys to be energized by the article. I don't know what it's going to say. I have no fucking clue. I haven't really thought about it, because I don't think that I'm qualified to really say anything about it. I think a lot of times I have such a strong opinion because I feel confidently qualified about whatever I'm talking about. And the times I don't know what I'm talking about, I'm willing to admit it or do the research. You get that? Do you understand that? I think what winds up happening is people on the internet have such a desire and ambition to look like they're right or to look powerful that they sacrifice education. I'm just not that guy. I don't have a problem with that. A lot of times I come off amplified and excited because I have a lot of confidence in the shit I'm talking about, because I could back it up. Most of the shit I talk about, I could back it up, or I'm willing to utilize my free time and spare time to do the research, son. People may not like that about me. That's just the way it is. Exploring the future of tribute bands and what to expect in 2024 and beyond. As we look forward to the gradual reopening of the music venues and the return of performances, whether live or streaming, we must keep an eye to the future. To the effect, let's take a look at how the tribute band landscape may change in the near future. Now, you're probably wondering why I chose a little bit older of an article. And there is a cognitive strategy and playbook behind that. I wanted to be able to look at this because it was an article about making predictions. And here we are. So I figured, hey, man, let's take a look at what they thought. And let's take a look at what really happens. And see if they... I should just roll another joint. I'm trying to smoke this tiny little thing. All right, so... Tribute bands which honor the music and popularity of the original artist has seen quite the boost in recent years, everyone. Did you know that? Far from simple karaoke sets, these bands are often composed of professional and passionate performers who masterfully recreate the signature style of an era or artist. And with the creative industries being rocked by all the lockdowns and everything we had gone through, it's worthwhile to explore where tribute bands could go in the future. I love this because now we're in the future. What can we expect from tribute band experience beyond 2023? What new opportunities might arise from performers and fans? What do you guys think? The future of tribute bands looks promising due to the increasing popularity in attending live music events. We talked a little bit about that yesterday. The music industry is thriving for some people, for only some. Additionally, tribute bands offer fans a unique experience as they pay homage to an artist's legacy while also exploring their own creativity with the material. Tribute bands in the music industry. Tribute bands are becoming increasingly popular within today's music industry. Look at that, everybody. Cover bands and tribute bands are indeed part of today's music industry, and they offer a unique way for fans to appreciate their favorite artists, especially those who may have passed away. You know? On one hand, many musicians argue that tribute bands are weakening the music industry by creating a culture of copycat performances which actively discourages original content. And from this perspective, it's argued that tribute bands only serve as a distraction from genuine musical creations and innovation. I keep saying to everybody, I don't know if anyone has caught it in past weeks, but I keep saying the remix is the most popular song in American culture. The remix is the most popular song in American culture. That's why TikTok's so popular, you know. The remix, the collab, the karaoke, you know. Don't kill the messenger. On the other hand, many supporters believe that tribute bands do ultimately bring positive attention back to original artists. Tribute bands expose their audience to songs and performances from classic artists, which can lead to higher profits for those original artists via album sales or streaming services. In addition, tribute bands can also provide an avenue for budding young performers to break into the music industry through gaining experience in selecting playlists, learning stage presence, and understanding audience interaction. I mean, we all copied our parents. Aren't we all? We're all kind of like tributes to our parents. No? Just a kind of funny idea. Like I guess we're all copying the ABCs. Like everybody plays A minor. Are we ripping each other off? I don't know. Overall, there's no definitive answer as to whether tribute bands benefit or hamper the music industry. However, it is clear that tribute bands are here to stay and have become increasingly popular over time. This brings us neatly onto discussing the rise in popularity of tribute bands in more detail as we explore what trends and developments will be seen from beyond. A 2018 survey of tribute bands across America found that 50% have been active for more than 10 years. Listen to that. 50% of the cover bands that were polled had been active for more than 10 years. Yo, that's a lot longer than original bands. That should tell you something right there. What do you think about that? That shit is funny. I think that is hilarious. Cover bands stay bands longer than original bands. Oh my God, that's funny, no? You guys don't think that's funny? I think that's hilarious. Cover bands last longer. The cover bands last a lot longer than the... That doesn't surprise me. A fun fact here. This is a fun fact. Sepsis has been a band for 14 years. Sepsis has been a band for 14 years. And in that 14 years, we have never had a performing lineup for longer than 2 years. What y'all think about that? We have never had a full and performing lineup for longer than 2 years over the last 14 years. Another fun fact about Sepsis. We have been a band for 14 years, and we have never had a full lineup that could play or has ever learned our entire catalog. What do you think about that? We've never had a full lineup in Sepsis for over 2 years. And we have never had a full lineup in the band ever that has ever learned our entire or full catalog. Sepsis has been a band for 14 years, and we have also never had a full lineup that has ever played 30 shows. Never. I think the record is like, I'll have to check. Sepsis has been a band for 14 years, and we have never had another band member write one riff or ever write a song in the band. Ever. Sepsis has been a band for 14 years, and we have never, ever, ever recorded with any of our other band members, ever. Never. We've never written a song ever with the band, ever. The only people that have ever written music here is me and Melissa. We have been a band for 14 years, and we have never had a full lineup longer or over 2 years without somebody quitting. Here's another one. Sepsis has been a band for 14 years, and we never released a song until 2019. Look at that. Look at that. Sepsis has been a band for 14 years, and we never recorded a single song ever until 2017. That means we were a performing band on stage from 2010 until 2017 and had never recorded a song. That's just crazy, right? How many previous staff members have we had? Oh, I don't know. I have no clue. Like paid staff members? 3. So the only people that are like staff members that have like come to shows are usually like security people. That's the only people that like. Everybody else makes their own money, you know. How you guys can ask me any sepsis question you want to anytime we're in this. We can also talk about band shit. How many previous staff members have you had over 6 feet tall? 3. Not many. Not many. All security. Sepsis, we're small people. Everybody in sepsis are small people. For the most part. We're all short. Most people meet us and they're like disappointed. And they're like, what the fuck? I thought you guys were taller. People always, when they do meet me, they're like disappointed. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm just gonna start buying bigger shoes. So that's it. What do you guys think about what do you guys think about? Maybe that should be like a prerequisite. You know what I mean? You gotta be like, can't be 5 foot around here. So there you go. According to 2019 report from Ticketmaster, because you know we can trust them, tribute and covered bands sell an average of 1.7 million tickets a year. Yo, cover bands are a big business. Look at that. Look at, if you guys were in a cover band, look, Hans, Gio, Chad, and Brandon, y'all start the cover band. I'll manage you guys. Look. Boom. Look at that. 2019 report from Ticketmaster. Tribute and cover bands sell an average of 1.7 million fucking tickets a year. Yo, Melissa, you better start learning some hot. A 2020 survey of over 1,000 music fans revealed that 79 would attend a show featuring a tribute or covered band. Yo, if you guys go and support any tribute bands of Sepsis, we're beating the shit out of them. We're rolling up on them on the yeah. Nah, we don't play that in Sepsis. The first person that plays Blacklight Invasion, we're gonna break your hand with a hammer. Fuck that. You want the cookie, you gotta tax it. We're not playing that shit. It's bad enough the distributors won't pay anybody. The cover bands won't pay the other bands either. Nobody gives a shit. Everything's, hey, look, if you can steal music, then you can break people's fucking bones. What are you talking about? Right, that's what I'm saying. If we're gonna have all this thievery, why is stealing allowed and not bone breaking? I'm just kidding. Look at all my enforcers in the chat, like cracking their knuckles, like, all right, let me know. Are we gonna do this? Nah, I'm just playing. I'm playing. That's funny. Honestly, all the cover bands I've ever seen are really good. All the cover bands I've ever seen were like spot on. I ain't even gonna lie to you. I don't think I've ever gone out to a cover band show and the band wasn't fly. I ain't gonna lie. Cause you gotta have some balls being a cover band. I'm too scared to try to be somebody else. I'm too nervous to try to pretend to be somebody that isn't me. I'm a flawed person all the way. But I can live with my flaws and be honest and work on it rather than try to, it'd be very stressful for me to not be me. Like if I had to dress up like, well, who do I look like? People say I look like the guy from Head PE, one of the guys from Non-Point. Basically anybody with dreadlocks and that has a tan. So I look like all them guys. I would feel really, I don't know how to play that music. So I would feel really uncomfortable trying to learn a Non-Point song. They are extremely talented, but the music is just so different. It would be hard for me to like wrap my head around. I'm not a good cover artist. Speaking for myself, I think Zachy B would know how to do some cool covers. We've had band members in the past that were good at playing other people's music, but I'm terrified of that sort of thing. You know what we do really well though. You know what song we do really well? Me and Melissa do a really good Evanescence "Wake Me Up" version. We do that pretty good. That is a cover we have been known to pull off. And we do a great version of Ronnie James Dio's Rainbow in the Dark. But I think those are my favorite covers. Sepsis does a couple covers, but we're not good at them. So I don't think so. We try to avoid it at all costs. I remember when we used to have you had to throw a couple covers in there when you don't got a full catalog, We used to have to do that, and boy, that shit was terrible. It was so terrible. It was so terrible. Barbie girl? Oh my God. Melissa would fucking kill me. Oh, you mean just me do it? Come on, Barbie, let's go party. I might have did that at one time. I think it's actually got a really good it's got great tempo. And I think the melody's actually pretty good. Yeah, that's pretty dope. I could fuck with it. Maybe if it was like halftime. Here we go. See, y'all playing with my mind right now. We've done a couple Christmas covers, as you guys know. And notice how I try to avoid doing that too. Anyway. So there you go. I think that's enough for me on that. I think we did it. I think we've done it. It's done. The fuck is this? Up is DJO's. What the fuck? Is it the end of the beginning and the beginning of the end for TikTok as a music discovery platform? I don't discover music on TikTok. Do you? I don't discover music on TikTok. I haven't done that. You guys should subscribe to this. This is Mashable. It's a good, funny thing. So, who discovers music in new bands on TikTok? Do you? Is that something you do? I don't. Do you know where I discover new music? I discover new music on Facebook because that's where actually no-name bands are. They're on Facebook. Popular bands and popular viral people are on TikTok, and there's viral people on the radio. There's viral people on the internet. There's viral and wildly successful people on Spotify. There's wildly successful celebrities on iTunes and Amazon Music. So where is all the real unheard music that's being undiscovered, and where do you find it? Oh, you find it on places where there's consumers. Because that's what the music industry is for the independent artists. The independent artists are customer service numbers. That's right. The music industry is a product. It's devices and subscriptions and applications for wannabe musicians to purchase devices and gadgets and subscriptions so they can pretend and appear in the image of the professional, so they can appear in the image of the national artist, so they can appear and have the majesty and mystique of being on playlists with your favorite artists like R. Kelly. I'm sorry, Machine Gun Kelly. Whatever. Sometimes it feels like the same thing. With users addicted to nostalgia, it's unsurprising that the cinematic dream pop song took off on TikTok. Does anybody know what that is? It lends itself to yearn posting for a city you've since moved away from, fan edits the bear, and it has the added bonus that it's written by someone the platform already loves. Joe Keery, the actor who plays fan favorite Steve Harrington in the Stranger Things. Do we need to even go any further? Before I even read it, I said that these platforms, I said that the programs are designed to catalog their flashiest goofballs. There's one thing about the virality of End of Beginning that's different, making it virtually inescapable on the platform. Here we go. At the end of January, Universal Music Group, UMG, pulled its catalog from TikTok after negotiations dissolved between the music giant and the social media platform. UMG cited appropriate compensation for our artists and songwriters, protecting the human rights artists from the harmful effects of AI and online safety for TikTok users, quote, end quote. And I was talking about this yesterday, that anytime anybody wants to get everybody's eyebrows raised, anytime these corporations want to start and fake beef in the blogs, they get everybody riled up. They get everybody's feathers ruffled by talking about and lobbying for independent artists and how they're going to protect us. And they're always making points on how they're going to pay us, and how when they want to get things done, when these companies individually want to get things done, they all point the finger, rat and snitch on each other, that they're all ruining stuff, that they're all ruining opportunities and gatekeeping and cock-blocking independent and emerging artists, when indeed That's what they're all doing. All of them. It's like everybody's stealing, getting caught for it, and then everybody's snitching all the time on each other about stealing. And here you have UMG saying that Universal Music Group pulled its catalog from TikTok because of inappropriate compensation for artists and songwriters. Yeah, right. Anytime anybody needs a reason to do something or an excuse to make a big, bold move and get attention in the music industry, they all claim that somebody's not being compensated, and everyone's gonna rush like a damsel in distress to the side of the road and help out the independent artist. She's starving there, holding her pocketbook. Come on, man. Everybody knows, as I told you before, you may not know, but I know. UMG didn't just pull its catalog from TikTok because of appropriate compensation and protecting human artists. No. That's just the popular thing to say. That's just the popular thing to chat about with your friends in secret. Nah, bro. No. Universal Music Group pulled its music from TikTok because Universal Music Group is adopting and piggybacking and hijacking the new artist-centric, direct-to-consumer, fan-centric music business future model that I keep telling everybody about and nobody will bother to look at on their own. No. A lot of these record labels are firing everybody the same way they fired everybody from YouTube Music. When they talk about AI and the appropriate compensation for artists and songwriters protecting human rights from harmful effects of AI, what they're referring to is how harmful it was when they fired their human staff and replaced it with AI. It just makes for a good conversation. Anyone can see how harmful it was firing large groups of their staff members and employees. Everybody saw how harmful it was when they had the big wigs come down to YouTube Music and tell everybody to pack their shit because they were no longer needed. This has nothing to do with protecting musicians. This has to do with making more money. What do you guys think? What do y'all think? Gio says, I'm not known for TikToking. I'm not a talker. It has its you know, I used to really think it's grotesque, you know. And people say, "Oh, they're stealing from us." Everybody's stealing from everybody. So that's why we have these people go, "Oh no, we don't like TikTok because they're another country that's stealing from us." Well, neighbors steal from each other. What do you want me to tell you? You know, people say, "Well, you know, China's going to steal money from you, Will." I said, my record label in the United States is stealing money from me. I don't give a shit about TikTok. I don't give a shit about TikTok. And I'm going to tell you why. Why do I care about hyper-focusing on what's going on across the pond when we don't have affordable houses and apartments in my own hometown? No, I don't care. I don't care if another app like TikTok or Temu is robbing everybody blind. Good. I hope they get to the bottom of the piggy bank so everybody finally wakes the fuck up and sees universally, globally, that stealing is wrong and none of us should be doing it. And snitching is wrong and none of us should be doing it. So if we weren't stealing, then companies wouldn't have to snitch on each other for stealing. Then you'd have no stealing and no snitching. You snitching ass thieves. That's what it is. Thieves and snitches. I call it like I see it, y'all. Yeah. Frustrated users took to making videos about the oversaturation of several songs on their FYPs. I'd have to look that up. I'm not sure what the hell that even is. One TikTok about End of Beginnings read, realized that Bro's song was good until people started overusing it. And it has garnered 3.8 million views and nearly 400,000 likes. Another user at It's Weedledee posted a video pleading, TikTok, please don't make me block these songs. She went on to say, I'm talking like every single video, back to back. I cannot breathe. My ears cannot breathe. The video received 2 million views and 200,000 likes. Look, I don't give a shit, kids. This is exactly what we went through on the radio. Nope, I don't care one bit about it. Not me. I hope they keep playing that shit until everybody throws up. Yup. I hope TikTok continues to play the same song over and over again so all of you at home will realize how broken the music industry is. Good. Good. I love stuff like this. Yup. You know when people question me and they're like, man, I wonder if William's really excited about all this shit. Yup. Shit like that. Yes, I'm excited about it. I love when people are fucking screaming in agony because at least we can hear you. Now I can hear that. That's human. That's passionate. That's pain. And through pain, there will be growth. Because when we don't have anything painful, we've got nothing to write about. People don't write good reviews. When everybody's happy, when everybody thinks that everything's okay, when your life is going pretty perfect, there's nothing to report on. Now, I've been reporting on this shit the whole fucking time since I was a teenager. Hell yeah, man. I think it's dope. I think it's dope that the average person now knows that streaming sites are fake. I think it's awesome that the average consumer knows that big celebrities buy plays and views. I think that that is awesome that people know that. It is absolutely liberating. It is awesome to be an authentic musician. And for people that go to concerts know, even if they're their favorite artist, they know that they use backtracks, fake vocals, guitar lines, and smoke and mirrors. I love that the audience knows that now. Because, I'm going to tell you why. Because it makes lazy musicians and entertainers and singers and songwriters and voice actors and everybody step the bar up. It encourages everybody to learn new tricks. Right. So we stop all copying each other and stop all tributing each other and start getting back and encouraging a little more originality. I'm not saying you got to be an inventor, but I think even some of the best cover and tribute bands add a little bit of their own story to it. I really do. I really do. There's got to be a balance. Who the fuck is calling me? Oh my God. Yeah, I forgot. So I'll have to do it tomorrow. Spotify had this huge story and letter they wrote to everybody. I wanted to read it with you guys and break it down. I'll do it tomorrow. That'll be fun. And don't forget, everybody throughout the week. Wow, I might have to have a place to put this, but like throughout the week, I wanted to make available to us a place where you guys could find articles and send me the articles, and I'll read them. You know, I'll come on and I'll include on Friday. I was hoping Friday's stream could be like a collection of accumulated articles that you guys had or you guys were interested in me reading and covering. So if you guys have anything you want me to cover or talk about, just please I can't do any race, religion, or politics. I just can't do it because of the nature of the page and our contracts with social media and just different things like that. But anything outside that realm is good. It's fair game. We'll do one more. I get it. The music's gone, and now TikTok is spamming artists. It wants to be successful. Boo-hoo. That's why everybody hates TikTok, let's face it. Because they're liars, they're cheaters, and they're fucking thieves. That's why people don't like them. Because people don't like liars and cheaters and thieves. And that's what a lot of these developers, a lot of their behavior, as far as their companies and their practices and policies, a lot of their behaviors reflect this anti-human, untrustworthy kind of experience with all of these apps. You can't get in touch with customer service. There's no one to resolve issues. You can't look nobody in the eye. And that is just not comfortable for a lot of living human beings. Here we go again. Are dating apps getting too niche? Vegans, farmers, Disney adults, dog lovers. That's a niche dating app for seemingly everyone. When it comes to dating, one of the most common pieces of advice you'll hear is find someone with similar interests to yours. That could look like a similar lifestyle, career choice, music taste, hobby, etc. In today's online dating market, however, finding a potential partner is becoming more complex and exhausting. A 2022 study found nearly 80% of people experiencing fatigue or burnout while dating online. Well, that's because you're dating online. You're not going to be stimulated naturally by... All right. It's just hard to imagine being stimulated naturally with conversation. The perks and benefits of being around people, everybody, can only be discovered by being around people. You're not going to feel great trying to be around people while not being around people. What the fuck? If Melissa ever dumps me, I will never, ever, mark my words, I will never date online. Sorry, ladies. That will not be discoverable based on roller skating, Donna Summer, or my favorite ice cream. Not to mention the wide array of intentions users are on the app for. Right, like stealing and cheating and scamming and catfishing. It's like playing a game of Duck Hunt. You know what I mean? It's like a video game. You got to get on there and fucking take aim and shit. It's not, I mean, how the fuck are you supposed to get to know anybody when you get to stalk and strategize their algorithm? Like, how long have you been studying my algorithm, sweetheart? How long have you known that I like raspberry ice cream with dark chocolate and walnuts and shit? You know what? See, I gotcha. I don't like walnuts. Tricked you. When people start leaving decoys saying they like shit, they people start saying, I like walnuts. And then they don't like walnuts, but they know that walnuts are delicious, so they want to appeal to more people. They say they like walnuts. It's just crazy, man. It's crazy. Not only do we have, like, visual images, we also have mental images. You know? Word association, body language, catfishing. I liked catfish. Cajun catfish, to be exact. And then somebody told me about this catfishing thing. The last thing I heard anything about fish was Plenty of Fish. Do you remember that? So that's my time. That's the only thing I can remember. Chat City. You guys remember that? Come on. Let's talk some old people shit. That's the shit I like. I like all that old people shit. But I never used any Plenty of Fish. I think I made an account there, and it felt too much like a crime. I just felt dangerous. I didn't fuck with it. I didn't like it. Anyways, I think that there's a lot more people that put stuff up in their bio to use as an advertisement. Like, that's how people date, you know, even face to face. They advertise to each other for a year or two before the real shit comes out. That's why people be like, oh, hurry up, move in with me. Why you want to move in so quickly? Because you're about to discover the truth. I want to move in with you and share bills and, you know, threaten you and hold you hostage, you know, before you have a chance to fall out of love with me. Those looking for their fairy tale love story have had it with the huge pool of people on apps like Tinder. They've had it, apparently. The single people have had it. They've begun learning into their interest in wandering over into the world of niche dating apps. We're not talking about the crucial considerations of race, religion, and sexual orientation, which there are plenty of specific apps for. Rather, we're exploring the phenomenon of apps catering to the very specific shared interests. Think vegans, farmers, Disney adults, dog lovers, cat lovers, personality types and music genres, you name it, and there is likely a niche dating app out there to cater to it. I have seen this. I seen a heavy metal one the other day. It was like heavy metal dating. Like, whoa. I don't know if I want to, like just in my situation, like I don't want to like date people that like wind up going to your shows. So I've had, you know, so naturally when we founded Sepsis, you know, me and Melissa weren't boyfriend or girlfriend or anything for many years later. So me and Melissa were friends first for a handful of years before we were boyfriend and girlfriend. So this might seem a little bit contradictory but I can't imagine like dating somebody in the scene. And then I think about it, I'm like, wait a minute. I have absolutely had long-term girlfriends and dating girls in the scene while being in Sepsis. And it was fucking annoying. Yeah, that's right. It really was. And yeah, no, it really is difficult. Like being on stage and then having the audience be like dating the audience members, you know, it's different. So I don't know if I'm not a vegan, but like I don't think I would be happy with a person that liked porterhouse steak because I do. I mean, maybe initially that's cool to break the ice. Like, oh, what's your favorite color? Purple. And what's your favorite color? My favorite color is purple. Wow, what a coincidence. And what's your favorite flower? My favorite flower is marigolds. Oh, that's incredible. My favorite flower is marigolds too. Wait a minute. This motherfucker might be lying. I love long walks on the beach, roller skating, and Donna Summer. No way. Why, do you like that too? No, that shit makes my skin crawl. So, I love y'all out there. I gotta go. The maintenance man never came. I'm not upset about that. Uh-oh. Oh, I didn't do it. Hold on a second. Did I mess it up? I don't know what I did, Melissa. Oh, no, I got it. Sorry about all that. Thanks for hanging out. Thank you guys for helping me with the logo. Tomorrow is Friday. I lost a day. I thought that yesterday was Tuesday. We're just going to roll another joint. You hear?